Hi, welcome. My name is Rebecca Packard, and I'm so glad that you're taking time to learn about the emotion code and the body code. As a practitioner, it's important for me to know that people are learning about this tool so that they can help themselves, so that they can live the life that they want. This has been an extremely profound tool and saving grace in my life. I don't know if you've ever felt stuck, depressed, hopeless, or defeated, but I felt that way not that long ago. In 2011, on 11/11/11, I was disabled at work. After 15 years in emergency medical services, I was physically injured, unable to move my hip, to bear weight, to do anything beyond sit on my couch. I spent 4 years in 10 out of 10 pain. I was not a happy person. I was not a nice person. And quite honestly, the day before I found this, I had the question in my head of, what am I doing here? I can't show up in life. I can't show up for my family. And what kind of mother can I be if I physically am unable to get off of my couch? I wasn't able to sit, to stand for any long period of time. I sold my car because I couldn't drive it anymore. And we had to make different changes to how we had our children in the home because I couldn't pick them up from a crib. I couldn't push them in a stroller, and I couldn't really carry them, which was devastating because all I ever wanted to do in life was become a mom and have children and raise them. And so coming to that space was devastating for me. I felt alone. I felt shut in and isolated. I felt like I had really lost at life because my job was kind of my identity when I left EMS. I went to all the gatherings. I was never missed work. I was really in the space of loving the camaraderie of what that was, and I had spent 15 years doing it. Not only was it awesome to be able to show up for somebody in need, but it was awesome to have that family-like co-worker coexistence. And so when that was all gone and I was home on my couch and 4 years had gone by and I was completely alone and it was just my husband and my 2 babies, I was hopeless. And so when you come to that space, you'll do anything. I had gone to physical therapy 3 times a week. I had gone to chiropractic 3 times a week for 4 years. I was seeing osteopaths, acupuncturists, Reiki practitioners. I was visiting surgeons. I was doing everything that the doctors were telling me and then some, and nothing was working. I was still in pain. I was still feeling defeated, and I was depressed. And I really had to come to grips with myself that I almost was done living. And so I was watching Periscope of all places when I saw somebody going for their certification and they asked for volunteers. They were looking to have volunteers participate in a session and see how they felt. And I jumped at this. I could not let this slip through my fingers because I knew that we were literally on the verge of having to get food stamps because I wasn't working and I wasn't able to show up, and we had lost my paycheck and my husband was having to bring in all the finances, and it was devastating. And so I raised my hand and I jumped on the opportunity and I said yes. And I showed up to that session. It was a virtual session, which is how I run all of my sessions. And in that session, my practitioner was able to target 2 emotions: my own personal emotion of loss and an inherited multi-generational emotion of loss. And when he released these, I physically felt the pop of a balloon within my body and was 100% pain-free. I know that doesn't happen for everyone in their first session, but for me, I was like, oh my God, this is a miracle. And I was undone. I could not stop crying. I could literally do a jumping jack, which I couldn't do for 4 years. Mind you, before my injury, I was a practice runner with marathoners. I would go out with friends who were running marathons and run 24 miles with them. I was able to leg press 350 pounds with ease and grace because I had been leg pressing patients on gurneys for 15 years. I was able to hike mountains. I was able to do a lot of things. And so when I wasn't even able to do a jumping jack, oh my gosh. And when I was able to do one, I was sold. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I cannot believe that I have this back. And so from there, I was like, needing to know all the things. How does it work? How can I do it? Where can I show up? Because mind you, I could not go back to work as an EMT. Not only did I have 2 babies, but I did not want to get hurt again. I did not want to come into the space of all of those 24-hour, 48-hour shifts and hoping I didn't get hurt and being out away from my kids, and then on top of it, just not knowing what I was going to see or encounter. And I was kind of done with that. But I still wanted to help people. I still wanted to show up for people. I still wanted to do something that could help people in a different way. I wanted to become the preventative care that I had seen lacking in the space of what hospital medicine has been for so long. I wanted to be able to show up and help people before they come to the space of needing to pick up the phone and call 911, before they're in the space of needing to go on a ton of prescriptions because they have had failing health. I wanted to be able to show up for people to help them move beyond the things that are all triggering us to go to the space of that unhealthy life. And I found that in the emotion code and the body code. I also found that over the last 3 years with the hundreds of books that I've read, the seminars that I've attended, the certifications that I've accrued, and the different modalities that I've become certified in. And with all of that, I'm using ancient Chinese medicine and kinesiology to target the different emotions, the different chemical imprints that we have within us, and release them. Allowing your body to go from a space of dis-ease into a space of relaxation, into a space of calm, into a space of stillness. And with that, I know that people of all backgrounds, of all different levels of man, woman, socioeconomical status, benefit from this. The one thing I've noticed working with people over the past 3 years is that every single person I've worked with has the same issue taking place. At one point or another, they were triggered by trauma. At some point in their life, they sustained either an emotional or a physical trauma that has started them on a cascade, almost like a snowball effect, to come to the space of where they sit now. Whether that's in the space of anxiety, depression, overwhelm, it all comes up to that one thing. And it's funny because recently I listened to Marianne Williamson speak, and she targeted the same exact things, and she made reference to a couple different blogs, a couple different articles from prestigious people like Duke University and Boston Medical, and saying that if you sustain a trauma between the ages of birth and 8, it affects your whole life. Now, in the space of an adult, we know we have traumas. In the space of childhood, those traumas are sometimes just as serious as adult traumas, but also in the space of a child, all kinds of things can be seen as traumas. All kinds of things can be picked up as traumas. And interactions. And so having that happen at such a young age predetermines who you will be as an adult. And scarier, some of these things are inherited. Some of these things are happening or are continuing to happen because they have happened to one or both of our parents, or they have happened somewhere else in our ancestry. And so I always put myself out there in the space of, why do you need this? Because don't you want to live a better life? Don't you want to have that life of joy and freedom? Don't you want to be healthy, focused, live better, feel better, be better in life? Do you want to live the life of your dreams? It's as easy as having a session. We look at all sorts of things when I work with people. We can look at what is your topic of focus, whether that's binge eating or nightmares or overworking or lack of abundance. I work with all kinds of things, and I always end up having them come back to trapped emotions around the same certain areas. And I find it so amazing that it's kind of this umbrella that's taking place over all of us. When you look at this, anyone can say, I want to feel better, I want to be better, I want to do better. And that's fine, that's wonderful. We are all looking to have a better life. We are all looking to be better people. We are all wanting to show up and make changes in this world. And so this is for people who truly want to do that. This is for people who want to heal their ancestry. They want to help their children. They want to live an amazing life, and they want to show up and really change the world. One of my goals is working with a group of people in an annual subscription where we take them back to the love or above vibration. If you know anything about Dr. Wayne Dyer, he is amazing. Even though he is no longer physically here, his teachings live on. And one of the things that he stated, which others have stated also, is that if you can help somebody, or if somebody vibrates with their frequency, we all have one, at love or above, that they will subconsciously, unconsciously, and indirectly affect in a positive manner 750,000 people. Just by walking on the earth, these people are touching the lives of 750,000 people. I have a one-on-one mastermind that I share where I take you through 1 year of releasing trapped emotions. Why is releasing trapped emotions so important? Because it raises your frequency, it raises your vibration. If you've ever heard anything about parenting or the psychology behind parenting, it's that for every one no, you need to give a child 10 yeses. And in the space of emotion code and trapped emotions, and in the space of negative vibrational energies, it's the same. We have at least 10 negative vibrational energies to every one positive. So releasing those emotions, releasing those imprints, and healing those spaces helps us to raise our vibration and become the people that we were truly meant to be. Become the person that you were truly meant to be. Because here's the other aspect of what I do. I help people return to their truest emotional state. Maybe that is you're still hyperactive and all these other things, but most often it's you being your most genuine self, your most authentic self, your truest being. Because you go back to your natural state. We're releasing all of the imprints and all of the things that have turned you away from who you are, all of the self-doubt, all of the self-accusation, all of the self-sabotage, all of the projected attacks on judgment and sabotage and all of those spaces. We're releasing them. with releasing these trapped emotions, and we're allowing you to become you again. And so I invite you to learn more about my one-on-one annual mastermind that takes place. I only accept 20 people into this, and there's already spaces filling up. I invite you to see if this is for you. If it's not, that's okay. I have one-on-one availability in the space of individual sessions, and I also have packages that are specific to different things. As we're moving around in the year, I recognize that people want to focus on just abundance, on just love in relationships, and on their chakras. And so I have come to create packages for each of those focal points. So I invite you to come to my website to learn more about me, to learn more about what I'm doing, and to learn more about why I'm doing it and how I'm showing up in the world. I also want to let you know that I do have a Tools for Life program where you can take this program and utilize the 6 tools that I share with each and every one of my clients to give them their own personal superpowers, their own personal emotional stability tools that they can use when they're not with me, or that they can use so that they don't create more trapped emotions. I also go to live events sharing this program, and I have also been attending schools sharing this program with kindergartners through high school, and it has been powerful. Seeing teachers, parents, and students utilize these tools for bullying, for test taking, for self-sabotage, and for general practices on just being able to do better in sports has been amazing, because even though they're focusing them on one thing, they're really utilizing them for the entire blanket of their life and having a better life. And that is so amazing. I'm honored to be able to share this and work with each and every one who steps forward to take back their life and to create balance in their life, and then to share it. So I hope that you take time out of your day to connect with me. If you like, you can visit me at RebeccaPackard.com. You can follow me on Instagram at RebeccaPackardNH, and you can connect with me on Facebook at Rebecca Packard Live Free, because my goal is to help as many people live free from overwhelm, free from injustice, and free from ancestral pains that don't need to be with us any longer. So I hope that you take that time to learn more about me. We'll talk soon, and we'll see, where do you fit in? Where do you fit? Does this healing fit into your life? And then let's schedule a session so you can experience this. Right now, if you go to my website, you can book a trial session for a complimentary rate. So don't miss out on that. You just go to RebeccaPackard.com, click on sessions and book a trial session, and you'll be given the rate immediately. Have a great day. Thanks for coming. Bye.